slowly rides along the trail. All the prairie seems to murmur, all the gray skies rolls away. She's my pretty little blue sky from the dale. Oh, my blue skies, way out yonder. Blue skies means all the world to me. Oh, my blue skies, filled with sunshine. My gray skies have turned to blue. When you hear me softly calling on the prairie, calling from the prairie crest. Oh, my blue skies, way out yonder. I'm calling to the one I love the best. When at last the rays of sunshine kids the rolling plains goodnight, and the stars play hide and seek amidst the blue, it is then my thoughts will wander of old memories sweet to dream. Good night, blue skies, and pleasant dreams to you. Oh, my blue skies, way out yonder. Blue skies means all the world to me. Oh, my blue skies, filled with sunshine. My gray skies have turned to blue. When you hear me softly calling on the prairie, calling from the prairie crest. Oh, my blue skies, way out yonder. I'm calling to the one I love the best. I'm thinking tonight, little pal of my dreams, my sweet little queen of the prairie. I'd give this whole world once again just to be with my sweet little queen of the prairie. Do you still remember those lone winding trails? How often we rode them together. I hope and I pray that someday I may come back to my queen of the prairie. Queen of the prairie, the queen of my heart. No one will ever take your place in my heart. You're as sweet as the roses that blooms by the trail, kissed by that bright morning dew. There's a pale moon is shining tonight, dear. It brings back cherished memories. In those moonlit beams I'll ride in my dreams with my sweet little queen of the prairie. With the twinkling stars above and the girl that I love, we'll ride those winding trails together, sweetheart. We'll bid fond farewell to old memories gone by with my sweet little queen of the prairie. There's a pale moon is shining tonight, dear. It brings back cherished memories. In those moonlit beams I'll ride in my dreams with my sweet little queen of the prairie. for if you listen a while, to some will bring heartaches while others may smile. To some will bring memories of fond days gone by, while others may let it pass by with a sigh. I know that most everyone's fallen in love, thought her as sweet as the angels above. If by chance you parted your heartache to its pain, you'd give this whole world for her love once again. One day in midsummer, a girl I didn't meet, with a smile like my mother's and a face oh so sweet. It seemed this whole world was just one happy dream. We strolled in the evening amid the moonbeam. With autumn leaves fallen, we fashioned our dream, planned a gay wedding as lovers will scheme. Then one night she told me with tears in her eyes, no more could we wander neath pale moonlit skies. Her parents had told her she'd never find joy if she married a reckless and a rambling cowboy. With his home in his saddle, his pony, his pal, he'd forget to return to his little cowgirl. With a heart full of sadness I bid her farewell, and the sorrows it caused me no song could e'er tell. To some life brings heartaches while others find joy, while I'm just a lonely and a rambling cowboy. You say that you're lonely and you want me to write that the angels above only know you're sad polite. You've longed for old times with the fondest memory, when we were two pals with a heart light and free. Keep smiling, old pal, though you know you're to blame. You'd rather another than I'd take your name. We both made a pledge that if we chanced to part, no other fond love could steal into our heart. But those golden dreams keep a-clinging to me when we harmonize songs neath the cottonwood tree. The strumming guitar, that cool ripple and stream, keep smiling, old pal, it will bring on a dream. The set of the sun, bringing memories of new. The stars take the place of the bright sky so blue. But the sun, moon, or stars, nor the bright sky so blue, can never replace the day I lost you. Keep smiling, old pal, though you know you're to blame. You'd rather another than I'd take your name. We both made a pledge that if we chanced to part, no other fond love could steal into our heart. But those golden dreams keep a-clinging to me when we harmonize songs neath the cottonwood tree. The strumming guitar, that cool ripple and stream, keep smiling, old pal, it will bring on a dream. There's an old-fashioned cottage away out in the west that brings back old memories that deed can never rest. Before me is a picture of the one I love the best, my little gray-haired mother in the west. So often in my childhood down the long trails I would roam to watch the cattle stray and to hear a cowboy song. To learn to sing the cowboy songs, the one I love the best, my little gray-haired mother in the west. One day I said to Mother, dear, I'm going to leave my home. I'm going to be a cowboy, force there my love to roam. I love to sing the cowboy songs, the one I love the best, my little gray-haired mother in the west. As we both stood in the doorway next morning just at dawn, don't forget to write your mother, I'll be lonely when you're gone. Then she clasped her arms around me, these few words I'll never forget, you've a little gray-haired mother in the west. For years I rode the ranges, a happy cowboy life. I used to sing our songs as we sat around at night. Hark, there came from the darkness the song I love the best, my little gray-haired mother in the west. Next day I got a letter from my darling mother dear, won't you please come home and see me, my time is drawing near. Oh, come home, my cowboy, to the one who loves you best, from your little gray-haired mother way out west. One day I said to Mother, dear, I'm going to leave my home. I'm going to be a cowboy, force there my love to roam. I love to sing the cowboy songs, the one I love the best, from my little gray-haired mother way out west. Next day I got a letter from my darling mother dear, won't you please come home and see me, my time is drawing near. Oh, come home, my cowboy, to the one who loves you best, from your little gray-haired mother way out west. The lone prairie trail sure a-windin' as the old wagon sways to and fro, while voices are blended in rhythm. On the trail heading westward we go. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Take me back where the campfires gleam bright. Let me gaze at the bright gems up yonder. May they guide me throughout the lone night. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Carry me over the old prairie crest to join that last great roundup. Roll along, covered wagon, headed west, where the trail laws are written by 6 gun as the days in the old 49. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Roll along to that roundup on time. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Take me back where the campfires gleam bright. Let me gaze at the bright gems up yonder. May they guide me throughout the lone night. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Carry me over the old prairie crest to join that last great roundup. Roll along, covered wagon, headed west. Roll along, covered wagon, keep rolling. Take me back where the campfires gleam bright to to join that last great roundup. Roll along, covered wagon headed west. Oh, I'll never forget the day that I was born. 'Twas on a cold and frosty winter's morn. The doctor said I was a chubby chap, and then the nurse, she took me on her lap. Oh, she bathed me all over, I remember, and after powder puffing me, you see, she put me in a cradle by the window in that little shirt my mother made for me. The first day I wore my knickerbox, it seemed so funny after wearing frocks. I was a little picture, they did say, but when they let me out to run and play, oh, I didn't like the pants that I was wearing, so in the street I took them off, you see. I started walking home so brave and daring in that little shirt my mother made for me. And then to school they said that I must go. I didn't like my teacher, you must know. And when I played the truant quite so dear, the teacher said, now Wilfie, you come here. With a big stick she beat around upon me. There's no mistake about my pedigree. I had the map of Scotland printed on me, 'neath that little shirt my mother made for me. Last year when I was on my holiday, out on the briny waters I did gaze. The waters looked so fine I thought I'd go to have a swim, but in a minute, oh, oh, all the girls on the beach at me were gazing. Some were taking pictures I could see. It was very good for me that I was wearing, oh, that little shirt my mother made for me. A bunch of us boys sitting on the corral, talking about old Strawberry, a real cowboy pal. He's throwing more cowboys time after time, turning on circles as small as a dime. From the west rides a stranger from the ranch Lazy A, just wondering, boys, if you've seen any strays. An old 45 hung low on his hip, a cigarette butt burning close to his lip. What's all the attraction in that there corral? Oh, just an old Roan, a real cowboy pal. Harry Knight's the only guy ever rode that old Roan. Go ahead, stranger, ride him, but I think you'll get thrown. I'll just call your bluff on that little old Roan. Here's one cowboy left he never has thrown. Stick on that saddle, I ain't got much time. I've heard how that cayuse could really unwind. He swung to the saddle with the greatest of ease. Old Strawberry seemed just to float in the breeze, and under his belly we saw the blue sky. We yelled at that stranger a parting goodbye. Then we saw a sight that surely read fate, as old Strawberry went over the old corral gate. A flash of a hand and out come a gun, while on the corral a pair of them hung. We rushed to the rider, his right foot held tight. Old Strawberry lay there a pitiful sight. Say, fellas, no hurry, I stopped him with lead. One look at that Roan, we knew he was dead. Soon all the ranch hands were gathered around. It seems all were shocked as they gazed at the ground. I'm real sorry, boys, came a voice very low. 'Twas me or that cayuse, 'cause one had to go. We uncinched the saddle, called it a day. Old Strawberry Roan has gone on his way. That evening at sunset we laid him to rest. At the head of his grave we all signed this request. Poor old Strawberry Roan, all the names signed below he has thrown. His saddle hangs here, please leave it alone. This marks the fate of old Strawberry Roan. Last summer I thought I would go to the country to spend my vacation at a much-needed rest. One morning I went to the well for some water. Folks told me that drinking well water was best. I had a red patch on the seat of my trousers, and when I leaned over I exposed into view. Never dreaming of living that old-time tradition, but I soon found out that these sayings were true. A bullet was grazing at the red patch stood gazing. Now in such a case, what would any bull do? He gave a great beller and headed straight for me, or was it that red patch exposed there to view? I started running, but he kept on coming. I'm telling you, I wish that red patch was blue. Very soon I found I near could escape him. I reached for that red patch exposed there to view. We ran through the pasture, but he ran the faster, and I realized I'd be doomed if I fell. So in my great fight I turned back to the right and headed straight back for that old covered well. There I thought I would hide by climbing inside until my pursuer could forget the rue. While I reached for the bucket, then his horns they struck it, that little red patch there exposed into view. So in my last hope I reached out for the rope, and down in that old-fashioned bucket I fell. I got a good drink of water, I feel kinda sorter, but all is well water, that ain't all so swell. Far in that Northland country lived a trapper thought insane to rob his redskin neighbor, to a police said a complaint. The redcoats of the Mounties went north for their pay, went north to find this trouble, and the trapper was put to blame. They journeyed out to his cabin, no harm was meant, you know, but the trapper with his big gun, he laid a Mountie low. 'Twas then that the trouble started, and as the story goes forth, it was the greatest manhunt in the history of the North. For weeks and weeks they trailed him through the snow and the bitter cold, and the hardships that he endured we folks will never know. Once when they had him surrounded, while trailing him through the snow, he aimed another deadly shot, laid another Mountie low. Still on and on they trailed him, but the trapper he knew his game. He'd backtrack all his trailers, this man they thought insane. Now the chances of his escape for the trapper they were too slim. They hunted him by day, they hunted him by night, this manhunt they must win. Then just in the evening twilight, he was climbing up a hill. This trapper sighted a trailer, and he aimed a shot to kill. Down deep in the snow for shelter, with bullets flying low, he aimed another deadly they shot laid another Mountie low. The rest of them heard the shooting and quickly joined the lead. And under a hail of bullets, his riddled body dropped dead. Now the greatest of the manhunts has ended in the history of that northern land. But we'll give credit to the Mounties who always get their man. There's a home in Indiana where once was shared great joy, where parents loved and worshipped their curly-headed boy. Was very soon decided he'd take his father's name and follow in his footsteps. They wished on him great fame. He soon grew into manhood and started out to roam. And much against his parents, he left his friends and home. He journeyed through the city, to him fate did resign. It soon led to his downfall, he committed his first crime. The law was soon upon him, he landed up in jail. His friends could not get pardon, nor could they go his bail. One night he broke for freedom by using a wooden gun. His guard was easy buffaloed, his clever trick had won. And then began the manhunt, the greatest ever known. With thoughts and plans to trap him, with brains and skill were shown. His draw was fast as lightning, reward stood on his head. Go bring in this great criminal, may he be alive or dead. It happened in Chicago, that's noted for its fame. The home of noted gangsters, where many a man is slain. He was taken in a picture when a woman tipped the law. 3 bullets pierced his body, he had not a chance to draw. The great manhunt is ended, the innocent must pay. When he had to stop a bullet that chanced to go astray. So young men, take my warning, this crime it does not pay. When you think of Johnny Dillinger, when he met his fatal day. Tide is slowly falling, that's when I miss you most of all. How I miss your cheery smile, oh, no more I hear your welcome call. A little home we planned together, castles in our dreams. Now they've fallen like the raindrops, blasting all our plans and schemes. Morning glories around the doorway, they were planted by your own hands. A little curly-headed treasure laying happily in the sand. When flickering flickering shadows start to linger for you, then she starts to call. In my arms I rock her gently. Seems that I won't do at all. Dawning seems to bring new hope, dear. Perhaps someday you will return. I'll forget the bygones. A brand new leaf we both will turn. I curly-headed little treasure, come and clasp her to your heart. Then our dreams will both come back, love, while that someone keeps apart. When flickering shadows start to linger for you, then she starts to call.